Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is from ZeroHedge.com, and it says here, British students say they are being treated like prisoners due to draconian COVID measures. All right, and as I read later on into the article, we'll get to the part where it says that they're basically banned from going home for Christmas. All right. It says students at universities throughout the United Kingdom are being treated like prisoners as draconian coronavirus rules mandate they eat alone, aren't allowed to go out, and are forced to cut themselves off from others or face suspension. Interviews with students at Edinburgh University illustrate how overbearing the new rules are, with students being made to bring their own cutlery and eat alone at spaced out exam style desks, as the room is constantly patrolled by monitors, ensuring they don't violate the protocols. All right, and what this is just preparing the people, all right, for the isolation like or isolation style New World Order. All right, you're watching a lot of these movies where it's basically like a post New World Order, and interactions between boys and girls is limited, if at all. All right, interactions between people in general is limited. All right, and everybody's just a controlled bot walking around. All right, not being able to think for themselves and being deprived of common human interaction. Now it says, now they have taken the takeaway option away, and I've been told that everyone is forced to eat alone and not allowed to get up from their allocated table for more food or water. You hear that? It says, and this is all under the guise of Corona. All right, COVID-19 is the justification for all of this, said Liberty Phelan, who edits the student newspaper. There are huge queues to get into the dining hall, and staff led students to tables, or staff lead students to tables, so you don't even choose who you sit next to, she added. It says in the accommodation, you're only allowed one other person in your room, but some people have had parties and the police have been called. My sister has to book a half-hour slot to be in the common room and halls, which would be funny if it weren't so deeply bleak. This is the breakfast situation, and they basically blanked out their faces, but they gotta sit here all divided. They got the tape on the floor, letting them know 6 feet, 6 feet. You know, basically like a whole prison, like a concentration camp. Like they're being programmed, all right, to behave a certain way. It says another student who wished to remain anonymous says students have now begun skipping meals to avoid the experience altogether. First year student Florence Carr Jones said inspectors patrolled the halls of residents, ensuring no fun could be had. Security guards roamed the halls in the evenings, knocking on noisy doors, threatening fines and suspensions, she said. The university has also called police on students for holding illegal parties, warning them they warning them they face being kicked out. Students are also being told that they're not allowed out this weekend and will be legally barred from going home for Christmas. You hear that? All right. It says in Scotland, students have been told all lessons must be online. They have to isolate, are not allowed out this weekend, and are legally barred from going home at Christmas. Not even terrorists are treated this badly. All right, and this is only the beginning. Okay, see, they're doing this in school, but this is about to be the common life for the average individual. Okay, forget your freedoms and your because as humans you thrive on interactions. All right, but just like they're doing in Birmingham, where they're not allowing you to meet people of other households, okay, they're basically turning this thing into an isolation to limit movement, to limit travel, and to trap you in a particular location. It says, imagine being excited to start your first year at university and getting to meet a bunch of new friends, only to find that you are treated like a prisoner and aren't even allowed to go out or have social contact with more than one person. Now, when it gets to the point where they say, look, This is what it is. You're stuck on campus. We're not allowing people to leave campus because of the spread of the virus, and we don't want you, because how are you gonna leave? You drive, you might stop for gas, and then you might have to interact with somebody. Or if you drive from your campus or wherever it is and you go home, you might potentially spread the virus in that community. So now you got to be isolated on campus. You're not allowed to leave campus. That's like they're saying you can't go home for Christmas. Soon it's going to be you're going to have to stay on this campus. All right. And this is how they're treating you there. So you're basically forced to live that kind of lifestyle. And what happens to those that don't want to comply? There's always measures for those that don't want to comply. It says, as we highlighted earlier, the streets of the UK are also now being patrolled by COVID street enforcers who are peering into windows and letterboxes to make sure pubs and private member clubs are not staying open past the new 10 p.m. curfew. Basically like a police state. And that's what you're going to see. Not only in the UK, okay, but in the whole world. All right, and especially those here in America, it's going to be much harsher, man. All right. The British government also encouraged citizens. Look, listen to this. They encouraged citizens to spy on each other and report their neighbors to authorities, despite the fact that coronavirus cases and hospitalizations have virtually flatlined. Because it goes to show you, it's not about the coronavirus cases or the hospitalizations. It's about the conditioning of the people's minds to where you obey the authority. And if you don't obey the authority, you're an enemy of the state. And not only are the authorities going to come for you, but your own citizens and civilians are also going to be agents in a way, all right, because of how their mind has been conditioned for the authorities. It says, with a relatively minor increase in cases being due to more testing and huge numbers of false positives. In the age of mass Silicon Valley censorship, it is crucial that we stay in touch. Okay, so on and so forth. That's not part of the article. But just going to show you, man, this is what? A conditioning. All right? They're conditioning the people to get used to this kind of lifestyle. All right? Limited contact, if any contact at all. Okay? And you're basically going to live like a prisoner. That is the new world order, man. No freedom. Okay? If you want to do anything, you need permission. Soon they're going to tell you that you've been allotted this amount of air to breathe to reduce your carbon footprint on the earth. And if you breathe more, oh, we got to charge you for that. Okay? Now this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 27. It says, so that one man, matter of fact, 26, the grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And soon that's what's going to happen. All right, it's going to be either you're dead, or you're in a FEMA camp, or you're in hiding, to where it's going to be scarce. Where you might go down to Manhattan and it's full of people and you can barely get space to walk, as where now it's quiet, and all you got is troops patrolling the streets. You got fences and gates and helicopters in the sky, armored trucks in the way, robotic dogs running around. Okay, some futuristic dystopian style post police state setting. Okay, and people are gonna look back to the days when they could step out and see people and interact with them. But everything is gonna be so monitored and so limited and so restricted, all right, that people are gonna desire that freedom that they had before. It says, for of a city, verse 28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. All right, because it's going to be hellish times, and those that don't want to comply, all right, with the draconian laws they're going to bring are going to have to get ready, all right, to go into hiding or to, be on the move, because they will come after you. Okay, and this is the conditioning, all right, which they use a tactic called gradualism, where they do it slowly but surely. And before you know it, this is where you at. Okay? So with that, I hope you were edified. All right, and you see the direction in which things are going. All right, so for us over here, you gotta what? Like I constantly say, man, stay in the spirit, pray, all right, and just watch the signs, man. The Lord said watch as well as pray. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.